Hey everyone, James Hinchcliffe here, former IndyCar driver and now commentator for IndyCar on Fox Sports and Formula One on F1 TV. Sorry I couldn't be there with you today. I'm actually in Sao Paulo preparing for the Grand Prix this weekend, but I wanted to send you a little note to kick things off today. Now, I am delighted with the fact that the course for the Indy Markham is going to be just a few laps length away from where I grew up, right around Highway 7 and 48 on Reeve Drive. I've got a lot of fond memories of Markham, growing up there, going to the public library and learning to skate in the Markham Village Arena. Now, in my racing career, I competed in over 160 IndyCar races and was lucky to win 6 of them myself. And I'm extremely proud that this world-class sporting event is coming back to Markham and that I'll get to come home to cover it. Congratulations to Mayor Scarpitti and the entire team at the City of Markham for their drive and their tireless effort to bring the Ontario Honda dealers Indy to this great city. Now, Markham is no stranger to setting the pace and to winning races, whether it's having the best average tax rate increase over the last 20 years, top marks from the Fraser Institute for Budget Transparency, or being on the Forbes Top 100 Employers list for the last 5 years running. These and more have kept Markham on track. And Markham's accustomed to leading the field, just as it does across industry and innovation, and it's important that we maintain that position. The Indy is an amazing opportunity for Markham to draw the eyes of the world to our wonderful city. Now, as Mayor Scarpitti said back in September, it's time to buckle up and shift into gear. The Markham Indy is coming. The race is on.
Well, thank you very much, James. And he knows how important the race is. For a driver of his caliber, the race is the thing. All the training, trials, testing, ultimately come down to the race. Now, you've heard me say it several times in the recent weeks, and you'll continue to hear me say it until the checkered flag flies next August. The race is on. We are focused. We've summoned up the energy, and we're driven to make Indy in Markham the very best version of this event ever staged. But here's the thing. Markham, a community like ours that enjoys a place at the leading edge, is always in the race. We have to be. It's about perpetual motion, because that's how we maintain our position at the front. You know what's made it possible for the city of Markham to weave its way through the field and take its lofty position? The leading edge, ideas, and endeavor. Of course, boldness and commitment have their part to play, but at the crux of it all, the idea has to be the ignition. The idea has to be the guardian of the endeavor. You can take your place among the many, or, like we have, you can lay down a marker and say with both intent and action, Markham is going to lead. Here in Markham, you need not look far to find the examples of what ideas and endeavors are and the impact that they are having around the world. Artificial intelligence is driving a new industrial revolution. We are in the age of AI. Canada has been a pioneer. In fact, some people call Canada the birthplace of modern AI. Canadian researchers and the scientific foundation for today's intelligence systems and their breakthroughs continue to shape the global AI landscape. AI is being adopted in every sector: finance, healthcare, energy, construction, manufacturing, government, and more. Organizations are integrating AI into their services, their operations, their analytics, and the stats are very, very clear. More of us plan to use AI in the coming year than ever before. And Markham is at the heart of the AI revolution. This year, AMD's Markham Design Center proudly celebrated its 40th anniversary, a testament to decades of excellence and impact. The Markham facility is just not one of AMD's largest global research and development centers. It's their largest in Canada, and it employs over 3,500 employees. It's a driving force behind the company's artificial intelligence initiatives. Here in Markham, world-class engineers and researchers are developing and optimizing the next generation of processors and AI technologies that power everything from our data centers to our smart devices.
AMD has a long history in Markham. It actually goes back to the founding of a company called ATI. ATI was a pioneer in graphics and gaming technology on the world stage, based right here in Toronto, and in selecting a site as the headquarters, decided that Markham was just the perfect fit. We had tremendous support from municipal government, and we've continued to grow and had just tremendous success here in Markham. So the Markham Design Center is actually one of the largest design centers for AMD worldwide. What started as pioneering work in graphics technology has now expanded to the point where we are supporting every aspect of AMD's portfolio, from graphics and gaming to PCs and laptops to embedded systems to large-scale data center deployments. So the teams here work very closely with colleagues all over the world, empowering our entire roadmap, from large-scale AI supercomputers in data centers to small-scale AI PCs and gaming consoles. A lot of that work is powered by the team working here in Markham. We are at a very incredible inflection point as we're seeing this AI technology, not just in giant large-scale data centers and supercomputers, but in everything we do, in our laptops, in our AI PCs, in the cars that we drive, in the kind of robotics that we use. We're seeing this kind of AI revolution take hold, and at AMD we are really at the center of that. We build products that push the boundaries of computing in every one of these domains. We have one of the widest spectrum reaches in terms of all these technology areas, and of course we're continuing to grow to support all of that global demand for compute. And one of the key areas we're planning to grow is right here in Canada, and specifically right here in Markham.
Canada, yeah, it's great, amazing work they're doing. And you're going to be hearing some more great news from AMD right here in the city of Markham. Canada is boldly advancing artificial intelligence. AI is changing the world, and Markham companies are at the forefront. Their work is transforming industries, fueling breakthroughs, and positioning Markham as a hub for global innovation. Markham's Larry Keating, president of Keating Technologies, is a 3-time national winner of Canada's 50 Best Managed Companies Award and a sought-after advisor by senior levels of government and a speaker on a range of technology subjects, including AI. Let's give a warm welcome to Larry Keating.
Thank you, Frank.
Welcome, Larry.
Thanks, buddy.
Take one of the comfortable seats here up on stage. So I want to ask you, you've been a speaker, you've done hundreds of speaking engagements, but in sort of the recent history, you've spoken to the Press Club in Washington. You've also spoken to the UN in Geneva. What was the topic? Were they different topics? How did you kind of speak to those two different audiences and really give them a look forward as to how AI is going to change our world?
Well, the first venue you raised, the National Press Club in Washington, D.C., I was there to speak to 300 program directors for financial investigations in the 3-letter agencies like the FBI, CIA, DOJ, that kind of thing. And we were talking about regulating AI, what the implications of regulating it were, how it's an incredibly powerful tool for the bad guys, and so the good guys have to keep up. And what the key issues around that were transparency in the systems, their ability to use and understand it in an effective way. In Geneva, I'm part of something called AI for Developing Countries. It's a 5,000 person organization worldwide. I was named last year as a senior fellow and asked to go to Geneva to speak on how AI can be adopted by developing countries to catch up socioeconomically. AI is unlike any technology before it. It's actually a self-learning and self-teaching system as it goes through its iterations of development. And developing countries who have, in many occasions, been left out of the advantage of technology because of the complexity or the cost investment. With AI, a 15-year-old youngster in Uganda with a smartphone and an internet connection can have access to incredible power and teaching capability. So that's what that agenda was about.
It's going to unlock a lot of potential. What are the downsides of AI? We've heard a bit about that, and from your perspective, what's of greatest concern?
Well, certainly there's a three-layer stack we all consider. The top stack is the existential risk from as we move through artificial general intelligence, which is a level of AI that has a reasoning capability equal to a human. And as we move through AGI and it has that capability, there's a concern there that AGI will become so good in and of itself that it will start to achieve what is called ASI, or artificial superintelligence, which we believe, to be at least a few decades off, if it's ever possible to do. But as the name implies, a capability beyond human capability. And the thing to watch for as it develops and evolves is called RSI, or recursive self-improvement. And that's when the AI itself has its ability to write its own software. And I said 25 years ago in a talk, the day we get to software that can write itself, we better have great controls and great understanding in place, or that could be a problem. The next layer of problem is societal. The profound impact that AI will have, it's as an incredibly powerful productivity tool. It'll reshape economies. It'll reshape the workforce. It will, without question, in the hands of the wrong people, be a powerful tool for things like cybercrime and fraud. Then the last one, and the one I think we should concern ourselves most with as business people, is its application problems. If you're launching Copilot and you haven't done it right, you could be giving the shipper access to the future plans and budget of the company because it needs the controls around it. And there are other kind of ground level problems in AI, trusting it when it's wrong. They use the term hallucination, which I kind of don't buy into. Those are just software errors. I think hallucination kind of imparts a sense that it is thinking, and it's really not. It's just software at this stage. But watching those problems on the ground level as it's deployed and as companies are rolling it out, I think is important.
Not sure we're going to be able to give it equal time right now, but what are some of the positives? What are the upsides? What should we be thinking about as businesses?
Well, firstly, make no mistake, this is the most profound technological development in human history. It is unlike anything before it. It has a recency bias in it. If you're going in for surgery, all of a sudden anesthesia is, probably the greatest invention in history for you. And we're experiencing some of that on AI right now. But what I've already seen its capability in doing, from taking development time on vaccines from years down to days in analytics, from improving breast cancer screening from, a score of 3 out of 5 early detections, to 98% in some processes. Waymo has just hit their 10 millionth paid ride, and there's a prediction from McKinsey that it will eliminate traffic congestion within 10 years as we turn driving over to computers rather than doing it ourselves. And that's a thing that we all need. But I think the greatest upside is that if we think a little bit AI first, even in our own scale in our businesses, if we just think about how can I adopt and use AI, walking into it slowly, understanding it, deploying it, it can be an enormous competitive advantage. And as you so well said in your introductions, Canada has a great base to work from in adopting and using AI. Jeffrey Hinton, Joshua Bengio, Jan LeCun, they did all the greatest work in AI history right at the University of Toronto.
Yeah.
And I think that we should think along lines of how do we as businesses do our best to be involved and think AI first in some processes in our business.
Well, we could probably talk about AI till tonight, but I should have asked you this first. Are you the real Larry Keating just before you leave the stage here?
Well,
you are the real Larry
I'm going to
Keating.
leave that for you to figure out, Frank.
Let's give Larry a big hand. Thank you very much for being here. Thank you for that insight. Thank you. We are witnessing a creative renaissance that is pushing boundaries, elevating the human experience, and driving progress. And it's powered by strong talent. The demand for tech talent has never been greater. The wave of innovation is creating a massive need for skilled professionals that can build, manage, and secure complex digital systems. Markham stands out. We are home to a rich concentration of highly skilled talent. York University campus officially opened in the fall of 2024, fueling this momentum, specializing in technology, innovation, and entrepreneurship, and forging partnerships with local businesses to deliver real hands-on world education. In Markham, the future isn't just arriving. It's being built every day by the brightest minds in tech.
The campus at Markham is very much directed to serving industry-ready, career-focused programs. We want to be there for the high-tech companies that are springing up and are already here. We have launched the first in Canada of a fully work integrated learning model. It's a Bachelor of Applied Science in Digital Technologies, and this is where our students are working full-time from day one. They're studying things like cybersecurity, data science and software development, and they can finish with a degree in 4 years. This is truly a game changer for Canada, and we cannot do this in isolation. We have to get meaningful partners at every level of government, industry associations, small to medium-sized enterprises, and it's really key that we co-create these programs together.
I chose York U's program because there's none other like it. I'm very much a hands-on learner, and being able to learn the theory at school and apply it at work is very valuable to me. When I started in first year, I had a lack of confidence. I was not able to speak in a room or take up the room. And just recently, completing my 3 years, I've been able to lead a part of a project. So I'm currently in the software development stream here at York, and I've been at Shopify for over 2 years. So I've gone across 3 teams. I've done front-end development, back-end development, mobile development. This program is a game changer because not only are you going into the workplace with the technical skills that you might learn at school, but you're also going in with the experience and the confidence that you've worked at a company for 4 years. For students, you're getting the opportunity to build your technical skills at school, but also build your connections at work and show up at work with your talent. For employers, you're able to scale your business with students who are eager and committed to contribute to your company.
And I just want to, let's give that program is an amazing program. I want to take a moment. There's someone in the room that dedicated her life to making sure the next generation was prepared for the future. I want to recognize the president of York University, Rhonda Lenton, who has decided to Rhonda, if you could please stand up. Rhonda has sort of decided to gear down a little bit, but she'll still be involved at York University. But I just wanted to take this moment in front of this business audience to say thank you to you for your tenacity and determination, because we would not have had a new campus here in the city of Markham for York University if it wasn't everything that you put into the energy of making that happen. So thank you, and wish you continued success in your future. Thank you for the great work you've done. The race is on, and when it comes to energy, It's one we can't afford to lose. Our energy sector is a powerhouse, accounting for over 10% of Canada's GDP and supporting hundreds of thousands of jobs. But the future belongs to those who innovate. Across Markham, companies are leading the charge, creating solutions for clean energy, green buildings, and sustainable transportation. As AI continues to revolutionize industries, it also demands significant energy consumption. Now more than ever before, we must focus our attention on energy conservation, making every watt count as we build smarter, greener systems. Markham initiatives are making headlines. Markham District Energy is now building the largest, I say the largest, it's the largest in the world, waste energy transfer project using heat from a major sewer line. Bursey Glen Geo-Exchange neighborhood by Mattamy Homes is the largest residential geothermal project in the country. And Markham's first net zero home by Minto Communities is proving that sustainability and innovation go hand in hand. The private sector is investing in battery storage, smart grids, microgrids, building for a cleaner, more sustainable tomorrow, all in an effort to meet our growing energy demands. Technologies like renewable energy, the intelligence of things, and AI are helping us optimize performance and drive efficiency. Smart retrofits, advanced windows, and energy-efficient systems are becoming the norm. Markham is home to trailblazers like Sense Power, building digital electricity systems to significantly reduce power consumption. KeyTech uses AI and thermal drones to pinpoint inefficiencies in buildings that waste energy. The race to net zero is fierce, but Markham is out in front, showing what's possible when business, technology, and a community comes together. These Markham companies are in the race, and together we can build a sustainable future for generations to come.
We're one of 4 organizations globally that has a working Class 4 fault-managed power system. It allows us to send large amounts of power at high voltages safely. So safe, in fact, that you can touch it without being injured. At Sense Power, we build direct current power distribution systems, and we've been building and experimenting and innovating in the field of direct current power electronics. We're also the only company that has both a Class 4 power system and a Class 2 power system offering. What that allows us to do is also deliver power to smaller loads such as LED lighting, to enable us to do low voltage LED lighting installations and decarbonize a building by totally eliminating mechanical protection or conduit from a ceiling plane in a building. There's a mismatch between the power that the utility sends us, which is alternating current, and the way we use it. What we solve is the problem of how to deliver direct current power to a load directly, safely, and efficiently. The biggest difference between us and other electrical equipment manufacturers is that we do everything solid state, so there are no moving parts. So think of your breakers at home. We're replacing that with solid state equipment, no moving parts, no switches. For Sense Power, it's a future where we are the global standard in direct current power distribution systems, creating systems that are easy to be implemented by building engineers for all building types. It's a future where we're manufacturing these systems globally while still maintaining our presence right here in Markham.
At KeyTech, we are using drones and AI software to find these energy leakage and problems in the exterior of the building at scale, very fast and non-intrusive and non-expensive. With our technology, our clients, within 24 hours, they can get the data of their the building and have an idea how they can prioritize their budget around sustainability target that they have. Well, I live and work in Markham. I've been here for 14 years now. Markham hosts a lot of high-tech companies. It's a combination of a lot of services that we need exist in Markham. We work with Space on accelerators or Venture Lab. Taking our company globally is one of my passions and exciting part of our business. We have operation at this point in UK, in Germany, and in Japan. One of the coolest projects that we've done is National Museum of Tokyo. Seeing that we can expand from Markham, Ontario, and have those buildings in our platform is quite exciting.
Doing stuff around the world, incredible technology. The race to innovate is on, and we're seeing the transformation of the construction sector. Traditionally slower to adopt technology, construction is now undergoing a profound change to tackle the challenges like labor shortages, rising costs, and environmental pressures. This shift is eliminating the long-standing inefficiency and driving more data-driven, sustainable approach across the entire property life cycle. The economic impact is real. Markham's tech ecosystem is home to a growing number of disruptors who are leading this charge. BidBlock's AI built a platform that is designed to streamline planning and reduce costs. And Printera, that's pioneering 3D construction printers for concrete to deliver sustainable, efficient, and affordable building solutions.
Markham is a very good spot for any startup to be in because you get access not just to the regional innovation centers, but they also help you catapult from where you are to where you want to be. Construction has been very old school. The technology and digital adoption has been very slow in the industry, and as such, women in C-suite positions in construction are also very low. So construction is an industry that sits on like volumes and volumes of data in terms of prices, documents, Excel sheets. We are ingesting a lot of construction data and building a proprietary AI layer on top, and that is what is bringing the technical advantage. With 2 women founders, which is also rare in the industry, we want to build a large company, a billion-dollar enterprise, get it to the unicorn status so that we are able to create an impact, building out of Canada, but selling globally. We are going to disrupt a very old-school industry.
We saw our first video on 3D concrete printing about 7 years ago. And as soon as I saw the video right away, I was like, this is the future of construction, automation. In layman's terms, the construction industry is the last industry to adopt innovation and tech. So what we design on the computer is literally what you get on site because you're eliminating the human error or human risk part of it. You're also able to, with a limited crew, print entire structures and buildings on site. Markham is our home. You know, there is a lot of support from the city of Markham, the York campus and Space, the incubator that we're a part of. A lot of tech-forward startups come out of Markham. And the platform that this gives us to really show what can be done using this technology is a huge opportunity, not just for ourselves as a startup and a company, but a Canadian company, you know, providing Canadian goods made by Canadians for Canadians.
Go Canada, go! When we talk about Markham, everything we do is in a forward motion. The race is on, not just with business and innovation, but also the way in which we play. Markham is a city that values smart thinking and active living, and private investors see the potential here. They're investing in major sports facilities, training centers, and enhancing opportunities for athletes and families alike. Our sporting culture is powered by significant public and private investment in state-of-the-art facilities, local organizations, and events. Take Recess Athletics Club, founded by former NBA player Andrew Nicholson, with a mission to create a hub focused on player development, skill refinement, and wellness for everyone. Markham Can Sports Center offers a 24/7 gym, basketball, badminton, and more, serving our community with elite coaching and holistic wellness programs. At So Golf Academy, led by award-winning coach Sophia Lee, athletes of all ages benefit from advanced technology, expert instruction, and a focus on both physical and mental development. The race is on, getting us across the finish line for a healthier, more connected community.
I was able to graduate and have the opportunity to get drafted to the first round to the Orlando Magic in 2012. And throughout my experience, being a pro, I was able to see, basketball at the highest level. And I was always able to see what it provided for us high-level athletes to become great. And I noticed that a lot of people in the community wouldn't have that opportunity. So this is a big reason why I decided to start Recess. So it was originally the Rec 44, where it was just, straight basketball, but now we've branched to multi-sport, where we also welcome volleyball, we're welcoming pickleball, badminton, everything. And we have the pro experience there, where you have the full basketball court, all the sports facilities. We have the recovery, Relive, which is another business I've invested in, and MoveFit, which is the sports science strength and conditioning program. We've been in Markham a little over 2 years. It's been such a great experience. The community there is very welcoming, and they're very, very competitive. I've heard nothing but great things about the city, so I'm very, very happy that we're able to be there for 2 years, and we're going to continue to be there for a very long time. I'm glad Markham was able to be the first city for us to, start this project, and I'm looking forward to see what it's going to do in the rest of the GTA.
My name is Patrick Chabas. I'm the co-founder of Cansport Center, along with my wife, Michelle. I was an engineer sitting in a cube for a long time, no exercise. So my vision was, okay, I don't want to do engineering anymore. I did it for so long. I did very well. I wanted to do physical fitness. And my wife, Michelle, wanted to do badminton. So I said, okay, let's get more than just badminton. Let's do basketball, pickleball, fitness center. And that was the vision. Coming up, we're going to have a spa where they do acupuncture, massage, and facials. We're also going to have a golf simulator. We've been here for 1.5 years now operating. And we chose Markham because in the GTA, it's the best part of the GTA. Great location, good demographics. There's a lot of kids around here. So we want to get the kids involved in the sports. We saw the Pan Am Games, and the people, they're very competitive and they need a place to train. So we wanted to create a space where you can have coach learning, team training, the kids to grow up from 6 years old all the way to 18. So every year they progress, they have teamwork, and they can compete in the Olympics. I see a very bright future, to be very busy, to be very professional. We offer good services, and the business is growing.
Wow. I founded Soul Golf Academy in 2017 with a vision to create a welcoming, professional, and a community-oriented space where anyone from a 3-year-old beginners to a competitive athlete can learn, grow, and enjoy the game together. My passion has always been to promote golf, and with Markham's growing population, it just feels like the right place to grow. Markham has done an incredible job of building a strong sports culture and economy, from world-class facilities to supportive community programs. It's a city that values sports as part of the identity. This makes Markham an ideal place, not just for golf, but for all kinds of sports to thrive and grow. The students come here just for lessons, but I don't want to teach them golf only. I want to coach them, how to solve the problems on the course or off the course, how to challenge themselves. Golf and life are really connected. On the golf course, you deal with pressure, mistakes, and unexpected situations. Just like in life, golf can teach you to stay calm, think clearly, and keep trying no matter what happens. Golf changed my life, and I want to pass this to all my students.
That stands out for me. Golf keeps you calm. I'll have to remember that. The race is on, but not every race is meant to go fast. Destination Markham is creating unique culinary trails that allow us to savor the experience. Our city's culinary scene is dynamic and diverse, anchored by thriving restaurants, innovative food startups, and a supportive ecosystem for entrepreneurs. That excellence is recognized globally. Zen, a Michelin-recommended restaurant, exemplifies the quality of the culinary experience right here in Markham.
Hi, my name is Seiichi Kashiwabara. I'm owner of Zen Japanese restaurant. I started my journey, came from Japan 40 years ago. My dream is to own a Japanese restaurant. I'd like to introduce real Japanese sushi in Canada. Then right now we get an own restaurant, Michelin recommendation. I'm so happy that my signature dish is omakase sushi course. We serving a very good appetizer. We choosing a very good fish. We can get very good tuna from East Coast. Season start August until mid of November. This is my favorite fish eating, and I'm really proud of in Canada is very good bluefin tuna. Philosophy is kind of I want to bring real Japanese food in Canada. Everything homemade and restaurant ingredients, almost everything from Japan. For example, sushi rice is from Japan, and sushi vinegar from Japan, sugar from Japan, salt and sea salt from Japan. Maybe 90% is from Japan. Markham, very diverse. I want to bring Japan to Markham.
How's it possible that we're getting hungry again after watching that? The city's food sector drives tourism and job growth. Earlier this year, the Culinary Tourism Alliance hosted the Taste of Place Summit right here in the city of Markham, showcasing our culinary scene and what makes it a draw. Please welcome from the Alliance Research Officer Cheyenne Lalani. Cheyenne, welcome. Great to see you. Thank you for being here.
Thanks for having me.
So Markham is the most diverse city in all of Canada. By the way, Stats Canada tells us that. How has that diversity translated with the culinary experience here in Markham?
Well, first of all, I'd be remiss if I didn't thank Destination Markham for giving us the opportunity to partake in this project. When we worked with Destination Markham on the Global Food City and the food trails that went along with it, we were astounded by the variety of multicultural cuisines that we find across this wonderful city. But these experiences don't develop in isolation either. I think it's in large part organizations like Destination Markham who support culinary entrepreneurs, many of whom are newcomers to this country, equipping them, well, not just Destination Markham either. I'd be remiss if I didn't mention the many other industry associations that operate here, and equipping operators with training, with capacity building and supports to make sure that their restaurants are a success and to make sure that they offer these engaging, excellent visitor experiences we see here on the culinary scene across Markham today. So I think that as far as the Global Food City is concerned, it's really been a product of budding entrepreneurs that have come here from across the globe with the drive to succeed, as well as excellent organizations like Destination Markham who support them in creating these authentic food experiences.
So you were the lead for developing the Culinary Trails program, and I invite everybody to find out about this because there's going to be different culinary trails, an opportunity to have a different experience on each trail. How does the Culinary Trail program fit with the brand of a global food city?
The Culinary Trail program fits with the brand of a global food city because Destination Markham's Global Food City program offers a couple of trails, and they're still in the process of developing a few more. Each of these are thematic. They represent some of the cultures that we see across the world, And since since Markham's had such a strong history of migration from across the world, entrepreneurs who cook here, settle here, and want to showcase their authentic food stories do so through these trails. It really is a amalgamation of what Markham has to offer on the global stage right here through food. And you can say it's a world on a plate, really.
So great restaurants usually means great food, but it means a lot more than that when it comes to tourism and job creation.
Absolutely, Mayor. I agree with you. And I think as far as the economic side is concerned, there's no better way to make sure a visitor comes back to Markham, for example, than to offer them an excellent culinary tourism experience. And the reason I say this is because it's about creating memorable experiences that tourists will remember long after they visit a destination. And study after study has shown that culinary tourists spend more at the destinations that they visit over any other subset. This is because culinary is so excellent at engaging the senses and creating memorable experiences. I know here in Markham, we have tourists who visit for any number of reasons. Sure, there's some who come for food. There's others who come for sports, be it the Little Native Hockey League, be it the Pan Am Sports Center. Folks will come for conferences, business. Some will just come for family and friends. But one thing unites them all, and it's that they all have to eat. They'll eat before their experiences that they've come to Markham for. They'll eat between activities and certainly after. I know I do. And there is an opportunity there for businesses to turn something that people have to do, a biological need, into something that people want to do, something exciting, something memorable. Imagine coming to the Pan Am Sports Center to watch a game, going to a restaurant afterwards and not having the standard restaurant experience. You sit down at a red table, order from a menu. Exciting for sure, but imagine instead learning that this restaurant offers a chef's table experience where you can sit down, have a one-on-one with the chef, learn about how these dishes you're tasting, these delicious, wonderful foods are influenced by the chef's homeland. He will tell you a story. He'll educate you. He'll cook in front of your eyes, and he'll delight you. You'll go back, not just with a full stomach, but you'll go back with some knowledge. You'll share that on social media. You will invite your friends to come. You'll come back. And you might even do a Google search on the foods that Markham offers and learn about this global food city. And so you'll have a memorable experience, and you might come back and book a trip, extended stays, specifically to experience the cuisine. But the larger point I make, I suppose, is that culinary is an excellent way to enhance any experience, any sort of tourism that a visitor will come to Markham for. And that's exactly what leads to money staying in the economy here right in Markham, to supporting local entrepreneurs and to ensuring continued economic impact.
Well, I just want to say, I know we're all involved in different races in our own industry. And if you don't have time to sit down at one of our restaurants, a couple of years ago, we were actually chosen as the best takeout for across Canada, actually. So get out there, enjoy it. And Cheyenne Alani, thank you for the great work that you and the Culinary Tourism Alliance is doing, making sure that visitors, when they come to Canada, particularly here to Markham, are getting the best of the food from around the world. Thank you for the great work. Thank you for being here.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you. Great job. Thank you. So from family-run eateries to upscale dining, Markham's culinary cluster is all about the genuine cultural experiences and connecting people, as you just heard, through food. Right now, the Pan American's Culinary Trail does just that.
Welcome to Global Food City, where every bite tells a story. The Pan Am Food Crawl. Taste the Americas, right here in Markham. Get ready to take a flavor-packed journey through Peruvian, Colombian, Jamaican, American, Canadian, and Caribbean cuisines. Here, our chefs make every meal a celebration of culture. Pan Am Food Crawl, only in Markham, only in Global Food City.
Get out there and enjoy that trail. You know, in some ways, hosting and staging a prestigious world-class event such as Indy is a little like setting a table. We need to anticipate and offer everything possible to the estimated 150,000 people that the event will draw. I know a lot of people will have their eyes opened by what Markham has to offer and the sheer variety and quality that they will be able to find here in this community. Think of it, all of those people and what they will experience here from our restaurants, our historic main streets, our hotels, and of course, our emerging downtown Markham. All of them telling their friends, family, and colleagues about the wonderful time they had in our city. And of course, the Markham Indy has already created a great deal of excitement and anticipation to our city. We're proud and honored to be the host for this celebrated event for the next 5 years and beyond. Markham was chosen based on merit, our business-driven approach, and because our community has so much to offer. I'm very proud of our team at the City of Markham for getting this across the finish line. The work is well underway for what will be the largest sporting event ever in York Region, and we know it will be an unqualified success.
40 years of speed, showmanship, and spirit. But this is the next gear. Ontario's fastest party is on the move. Markham, you're up. Indy fans are about to find out what makes the Greater Toronto Area greater. Canada's only NTT IndyCar Series race is coming to Markham, the home of speed. Fuel up for adrenaline, on and off the track. A city circuit with no limits. 12 turns to get the heart pumping. New location, new show-stopping, exhilarating circuit. We'll see who's up for the challenge. Who's gonna make their mark in Markham?
Some pretty exciting times, and at the center of it all, I want you to welcome Jeff Atkinson, President of the Ontario Honda Dealers Indy at Markham, and Kyle Novak, Vice President and Race Director of IndyCar. Let's give them a big hand. Welcome again to Markham.
Thank you. Thank you, Frank.
Thank you.
Good to see you.
Very much. So, Jeff, I'm going to start with you. It might be obvious, but you were looking for a new home, and you came up here to Markham. Because just from your perspective, what did you see here? Why did you choose Markham as the place to hold this race?
Yeah, absolutely. Markham checks all the boxes. We've talked about today the accommodation, hotels, the restaurants. It is so easy to get to Markham. And we looked at our data as we went through this journey, looking across the province as we selected a host city. And Markham became the bullseye for us because our fans would have an easier trip to this beautiful city. So 70% of our fans would have an easier commute to this town.
Great location. And Kyle, I know how our community has I haven't gone to an event in the past few months where people of all ages, I've been really surprised at this, people of all ages and all backgrounds are saying this is wonderful for the city, a great catch for the city. What's been the reaction among the drivers, among IndyCar itself?
The remarkable part about our paddock and our drivers is that they're so willing to promote the sport and so willing to get involved in communities. As the months and weeks and days leading up to the event, you'll see, and all of you business leaders and everyone in the city will see, is how present our drivers and teams are, and they want to be a part of this new event. I had the opportunity yesterday to survey the circuit for the first time, and I think what stands out to me the most is the newness. The blank canvas is the word I keep saying. And our drivers love a new challenge. This circuit's going to have an incredible amount of challenges for them. One of the most unique things about the NTT IndyCar Series is the diversity of our circuits, whether they be road courses, fast ovals, shorter ovals, and then street circuits like we're going to have here in Markham with a tremendous amount of diversity in corners and everything else. They just can't wait.
So it's all in the eye of the beholder. I look out there, I see asphalt and a parking lot. But it is going to be quite a transformation just on the track itself. And again, Kyle and Jeff, it's going to have 12 turns, a unique element. Not too many places have this in their racetrack. We have a double pit lane. So talk about the design of the track. What's that mean for drivers? What's that mean for fans? The 12 turns. We got an incredible hairpin turn for those of you that know Enterprise Drive and the goal line and the bridge. The cars are going to be racing down under that bridge, hairpin turn, and come right back up Enterprise. Again, just speak to what that means for the driver and for the fan experience.
I think from the fans, and the one unique thing about this, think about seeing pit lane. You can see the entire playing field. Our fans are going to have a beautiful view from the Unionville GO station looking at pit lane, about 3 to 4 turns, and that's something we didn't have at our previous venue, and that's something that Markham will have for our fans. So it's going to be this lasting memory where they can see the competition right in front of them. Kyle, do you want to talk a little bit about the race perspective?
Yeah, thanks. As our series has grown, we have 27 full-time cars in the series, which is the most starters. Last year we set a record in the series for 27 full-time starters in all of our events. And what that means, unfortunately, it's a good problem to have, is you need a very long pit lane to accommodate that. All the teams need proper work area, proper space. What we debuted 2 years ago at our Detroit City Circuit was very unique. It's a double-sided pit lane, meaning you essentially take one long pit lane and you stack it on top of each other. So what we would say, drivers left and drivers right, there are pit boxes. And when these cars launch from their pit boxes with the Firestone rubber smoking up in the air, you'll see them converging on each other and all trying to get to the same pit exit. It's really a spectacular show.
It's been a great process. I know I gave a shout out to the staff at the City of Markham. I just want to say and put this perspective for the business audience. And I've said this to Green Savory and of course to IndyCar. There's very few cities that could start a discussion in January and deliver by July. And I'll just say as well, there's very few private sector organizations that could get through what needed to be done. That's an agreement. That's the track design, which we did collaboratively. That's getting the RFP, the bids out to the marketplace and ready for construction. And right now we did one of the biggest elements, which is that double pit lane in the GO station parking lot. We promised the public it would be done in a month, and it was done in just less than a month. So really, let's give a big hand to all of the staff and everyone that's been involved in this. They've done a tremendous job. So Jeff, we do have a room full of business people here today. And I know I've been asked this question among the congratulations, how can we get involved? And this is what really kind of inspired me, obviously the benefits of having this race and coming here for 5 years. But I heard it from you. I didn't hear it. I didn't even have to ask the question. That when you're coming to this community, you want to engage the business community that's here. So that means looking for new suppliers, new vendors, new partnerships, new collaborations, and that'll start long before the race even arrives.
Absolutely. It's starting right now, and as you suggested, we are looking for vendors. Those are vendors who help us build the racetrack, who add elements of the race itself. But we also have a great place. If you're a local business and you want to sell your merchandise or you want to sell your product, our Thunder Alley on our event site over those 3 event days is a great place for them. And the one unique thing about our event that we're so proud about is our Ontario Honda dealers present free Fan Friday, And free Fan Friday allows people to attend free of charge with a voluntary donation. So it's going to be super easy to get to this event. It allows you to introduce your product to a lot of people traveling from around the province. And it's a great place to obviously host here in Markham. So if you want to get involved, HondaIndy.com. We have a partnership webpage. I encourage you to go on there and send us a note. And we'd like to get obviously connected with you to see how you can help us.
So you've made it very clear, and I again want to give kudos to the Ontario Honda Dealers Association. It is the dealers that sponsor this race. That being said, Honda is synonymous here with the City of Markham. They've been in our city for many years, and so that branding is already connected in a very strong way with the City of Markham. And Kyle, as much as we're excited here, we know that this race gets tremendous exposure through Fox Sports. Just talk about that, because you know, when we're there, hearing the noise, seeing those cars whip by, we don't think about who's seeing this race.
Yeah, last year was our first full year with our new partner in Fox Sports. Every race in the United States on Fox Network TV, as well as in Canada on TSN, and it's just been tremendous exposure. Last year's Indy 500 saw one of the largest ratings we've had in quite some time, as well as a full-blown sellout. Over 350,000 people descended upon Indianapolis for race day last year. The exposure that it brings to our series and the exposure that it'll bring to this community, and I can't emphasize enough, you know, as the NTT IndyCar Series, we want to be in places where we're wanted. many major metropolitan areas can host a jazz festival, can host anything else. This is a unique event. We like bringing, and one of the things that we love to do is we bring the action to the community. You don't have to go out to the stadium. We bring it right here, and we can't wait till those eyes, Fox Sports, are on us next August.
And it's not just Fox Sports, although that's obviously a big impact, but this gets redistributed and covered by the international media, Jeff.
It does. You know, we have over 400 credentialed media. It gets to 200 plus countries and territories worldwide. Think about having a 2.5-hour infomercial for the city of Markham and the province of Ontario. It's a great way to communicate our messaging.
Okay, so that's the infomercial. And now, if everyone could just take a moment, enjoy that silence, because it's going to be quite different next August when Indy comes to the city of Markham. A big hand to Jeff, a big hand to Kyle. Thank you very much for being here. Yeah, super job. Thank you very much. Thank you. Well, the race is on. And what makes me proud is that the Indy race and other races we have in AI, energy, the transformation of construction, also pushes Markham's growth. Much like the race to nurture the talent that we need to win. 2 months ago marked the starting line for our preparations for Indy Markham. But we're not standing still. We are revving our engines in all of our races as we move full throttle forward into the future. We're just not on the leading edge. We are the edge. We are out in front, leading the way, as Markham is. It's easier to see the horizon because there's no one and nothing ahead of us to obscure our view forward. So buckle up, Markham. The race is on for Indy and for the future.
Yeah, we are one. We are beautiful. It's undeniable.